Seems like everything they do, they have to tell a lie, because if you knew, you would be like, hell no. So let's talk about sustainable development map. The sustainable development map. All right, now what is this? This is supposed to be the cure for global warming, and you're not on a spinning ball. Everything that is bad that is happening is caused by the force that is creating the explanation and the solution. So it's kind of like a mafia. And they say, hey, you need this protection or what? Look at those things standing up. Well, anywho. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, so anyway, let's talk about what is most likely truly happening with sustainable development. They said that they were going to do like Ready Player One and put you in a pack 'em stack 'em community. If you take a look at Donald Trump when he was in office, he made an executive order to seize everybody's storage units. I saw that. I was like, get out of here. Storage units and trailers? Why? They separate it, spread it out so you can't tell what the hell is going on. Because you eventually will come to terms if it's all done all at once, which tells me that if this is a 2025 thing, the useless eater attack probably won't even happen until like maybe a couple of years from now. Because, or maybe it's right around the corner. But it seems like they like to spread stuff out. They don't like to just do it all at once. Kind of like the Arctic cold, and it got really cold. And it got cold as shit in a really hot place. Stuff like that. All right, so let's talk about what's really going on with this sustainable development map, and it's extremely obvious. They said that they've got a bunch of military buffer zones that you can't go into. We know that it's bullshit if they do a useless eater attack and everybody's dead. So what the hell are they really doing? Let's talk about it. The Matrix starts over. So what they don't want you to see is not a tank. They don't want you to see this. Wild Wild West. The Wild Wild West is gonna start over again. They don't want you to see that. This is like Westworld. All right. So the simulation that's happening within this simulation, this Matrix simulation, this hijack of sorts, is basically is re-looping itself over and over again. And that's why you have deja vu right here. It's because when this shit starts over, you remember doing the same shit, maybe even as somebody else, but you remember that this shit happened once before, that you lived some kind of life, some kind of way once before. I have deja vu of a modern era, not a an industrial broom, the brink of an industrial explosion. I don't have any 1950s deja vu. All I have is 90s and roughly 2000, early 2000, and 80s, like late 80s when I was old enough to think about something. But yeah, it's so strange. You would almost implicate that maybe you've done this before, like what we're doing right now. Perhaps, maybe even could have been said, but I don't have any divine feminine deja vu. Seems like when she showed up, it was the right time. It was the right time for something. I was always who I was all this time. I was always, because my pineal gland is always going to be Mickey. It's my chakra alignment. So it's always going to be that guy. I guess maybe I just didn't come around till now. I don't know. But I don't have any premonitions of her. I vaguely remember Mr. Cheeks because I drew a cartoon where I put a face on the sun that looks exactly like Mr. Cheeks. And that was way before I started sun gazing. So go figure that. All right. So in these buffer zones, it is highly likely that they are not going to have military there unless they are trying to keep these people from going and taking a look. But these people are going to have VR goggles strapped to their faces, probably a plug in their anus. Who the hell knows what's going to happen? These people are going to be incapacitated. And when they become old enough, perhaps, and that's why they have these kids in the schools, because they want to get you while you're young. Because if you get too old, you can't get put in something like this without it creating some type of ripple effect, if that makes sense. I'm trying to make sense of all this. But they get you while you're young. The MK Ultra victims mostly are Disney kids. And that goes for everybody. Britney Spears to damn, who's that dude in the Thing movie? Kurt Russell was a Disney kid. All of them all under mind control. All of them were. You can watch those old videos. Yeah, but in these zones here, they are going to be restaging the Matrix all over again. Right after a Revolutionary War, Constitution was established, all that. And that's what I'm thinking that they're going to do. Because there's no reason to have military if there's no enemy of the world. There's not going to be anybody doing anything. No wars, no bombs, no assassination attempts, no nothing. So this tells me that they're just going to start it over. They might have somebody here just to watch, make sure none of these people go running out to look at what's going on. And also, furthermore, if military buffer zones make up everything, they are wiping everything clean and doing something else. If they are indeed lying about military, they would be doing something like what I'm presuming, that they would be starting it over. It makes total sense. All of this is just being wiped away. Giant bulldozers, excavators, all that shit. Sweep it clean and start over with the Wild Wild West. These people get brainwashed into it. They already got goggles on their head. Sounds like a parallel link between MK Ultra. Maybe they might get hit with it right when it's time, right when they're sitting in their seats playing the game of their life, the championships. Who the hell knows? But they're going to end up right here thinking that they're cowboys. They're gonna grow up the same way. Watch Westworld. They tell you, you come to around 1700, and that is the beginning of the Matrix. So, folks, keep sun gazing, because if they were successful even to do this, we're going to be walking around in this motherfucker survivors with 2021 clothes on. Talking about, nah, bruh. Nah, I got a cell phone, bruh. I got a cell phone. Nah. You see what I mean? Like, it's going to be bad. Like, if you got fresh Jordans on and you walking around in there, it's going to be like, what do you mean you got shell toes on? What do you mean you got a button-up shirt with a fucking Polo logo? I ain't never heard of no Polo. What is this? Like, I'm telling you. So, what happens to the guy in Westworld when he finds out that he came from an era that was advanced, future technological? He froze up and became inconceivably, stoically gone. You can see that in Westworld. He realizes that there's a red Corvette in this area. He's just like, oh, they had to lock him away somewhere because he's just gone like a vegetable. All right. So anyway, it's probably not going to happen. You probably become an investigator after that. They wanted to show it to you the worst way possible, the worst way that you can perceive it, and even bring it into your own mind with the most negative incantations and stigmas possible. Oh my goodness. So stay tuned for more as we go on through the fog and into the fire, because I am trying to tell you right now is that this shit ain't happening again. We're going to be a lot stronger here. We need to make sure that we stay that way. Now let's just try this again, because I am going to create a strategy map. It's very simple. All right, say this is the hillside of plenty, like around here in the Midwest somewhere. Unicorns that realized that the useless eater shit was true. And I suggest that all you should plan this in your own country, land masses. Not bank accounts or fictional companies, but land masses that are elusively named something, whatever. You're in Italy, whatever. I would start planting vegetables. I would start stockpiling resources. All of these people, imagine them. They're all heading this way, but not until they grab that 18-wheeler, spraying oil all the way, running over as many goddamn fucking fire hydrants as possible to flood out this damn Sheol down here in these sewers. We're all in a unison. Bing! Hey, what's going on? See what I'm saying? It's a perfect strategy. You literally wipe out everything in your path during a collapse. If they do us like this, let's not make it easy for them. Let's not make it easy for them to take these useless eaters, even though the useless eaters want to go down there. They want to purge themselves, but they're mindless. They don't have any say over it. They're going to be doing snow angels in oil pools. See what I'm saying? They're not going to go anywhere. We put enough oil everywhere. All that oils well ends well. Welcome to Grimnasty TV.